Hello, everyone. Welcome back once again. I am Nicodemus Kane. Today is March the 28th of 2022. I thought it was earlier in March, but I guess it wasn't. It's the end of the month. Wow. Anyways, yes, March 28th, 2022. It is a Monday. Everybody else in the world is asleep except for those that wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, like me. No, I can't. I know how night shifts work. I know how morning shifts work. I know when people wake up. I used to say that though. It's like the only person in the world that's awake right now is me. But no, that's not true at all. Um. Anyways, today we're going to be reading Psalm 119, of course, because we are still getting through the letters of the alphabet. Today is PEY. It is spelled P-E in the King James. In the Hebrew for Christians website that we have, it is PEY, P-E-Y, or FEY. Now, this says if it has a dot inside of the letter, it is PEY. If it does not have a dot inside of the letter, it is FEY. So there's that. Go ahead and where's my thing here? There it is. All right. Make sure we're still good. My mouse is not being nice to me. I need to have like a separate little mouse pad over here. All right. PEY and FEY, 17th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, is PEY. What was that? No, I thought it was something. Never mind. Gematria is 80. The pictograph, they say, is representative of a mouth. And that is because the word means mouth, and by extension, word, expression, vocalization, speech, and breath. Everything that comes from the mouth. There's a couple different things down the line. We're not going to get into all the stuff that is inside of this because there's a lot of mysticism going on there, and we're not going to deal with that. We're just going to deal with what we have on the surface as to what the word means. But it is anything that comes from the mouth. Any expression or word or idea. Sorry, I have a hair in my mouth. One of my mustache hairs. That's awesome. This is why the Amish shave their mustaches. It's because they don't believe in eating hair. Anyways, but it is about that which comes out. Christ said, anything that goes into your mouth cannot hurt you or corrupt you. Not meaning food, but just anything that goes in cannot corrupt you. He was talking about, washing your hands. It is what comes out of your heart is what corrupts a man. So this is, well, let's just go ahead and read what this says. In the order of the Hebrew alphabet. I'm starting to say alphabet now. It's crazy. PEY follows the word ayin, which was the one we had in the last video, suggesting the priority of the eyes, understanding and awareness, before verbal expression. Negatively reversing this order results in blind consumption or mindless chatter. Oh, okay. PEY before ayin instead of ayin before PEY. Okay. So ayin gives insights, but it's the PEY that gives insight expression. So it is what you see first is what you understand. It's with your mouth is how you express that. It's how you are able to communicate that to others. Which makes sense. It really does. they were also talking about a little bit of the Jewish mysticism that was down here. Was that they were saying that it regards back to God because there was that notion in the Bible, which we've talked about before, how your words give power to everything, about how when the universe was created, universe, a verse being a line of dialogue or speech, the one verse, the universe, when he spoke it into being, it happened. And there is power in our intentions, there's power in prayer, which means there's power in words. And we've talked about this, whether it is written word or whether it is spoken word. There is power in our words. That's why so many true believers that want you to come to the faith, they want you to say it out loud. You go into your prayer closet and you say it out loud to yourself. You don't say it openly to the public, to the world, because the world can take that and hurt you. We've talked about this as well. But when you speak it out into existence, it takes on some kind of form. I don't know how it works, and I'm not going to get into it. There's a whole, new age mysticism behind, this intention of your words and your power. Most of that is more in writing, and then there is some other kind of ritual that you have to do over top of that. And I do not subscribe to that, and I'm not trying to push that on anyone. But I will say that we have some kind of control over this world. God has given us that for whatever reason, that we have been given the ability to speak, to pray, to bring things into existence, and to be able to manipulate this world in that way. I don't know how it works, but that's just the way it works. And we are told to pray constantly. We are told to sing songs to the Father, to say his name constantly to the world, to make sure they know his name. So there is something else going on underneath that surface that is why he's given us that power. He's given us that ability. So there's something to it. There's something to the words that come out of our mouth. There's something to the power that we have there. So there you go. I was just kind of looking this up. They were talking about there's two letters that make it up. Most of these that we've been getting into recently have been two or three letters put together to make another word. This says PEY is made up of a yod and a kaf with a hidden bait. I was just looking them up, trying to remind myself what they were. Yod is the hand. Kaf is the arm. Is that right? Was Kaf the arm? Yes, Kaf was the arm. Yod was the hand, and then bait was the house, the tent, the place that people lived, or where God lived, the house of God, the temple. So it is the house of the hand of God, the arm of God, the giving. It is well, there you go. It's the it's the place where things are given. It's your mouth. It's where instruction comes from. It's where worship comes from. It's where it's like they were saying insight, uh, understanding. It's where it comes from. It's like you're giving it out. And I did not think of that earlier, and just saying that now, I'm putting that together in my head. So there you go. Because I was trying to figure it out myself. Is, why would it just be about the house of something with the hand in the arm? Well, a hand in the arm gives, and if it is the hand in the arm giving from the house of God, then it is giving of God. It's giving something from God. And we do that through our mouths, through our voice, through prayer, and through, singing, and through all the other stuff. So it makes sense. It makes sense in a way. It's been pretty amazing to unlock these things. So I have definitely had a fair amount of fun going through these, a fair amount of instruction understanding going through these, and learning exactly what this stuff means, and then reading the psalm itself, and then finding out what's hidden in there, finding out that there's way more that the inside of the words than we will know. So I hope other people have found that instructional as well, because it's very, very interesting going through these. And I've had a lot of really heavy insight, a lot of things that I've actually had to sit back and ponder and think, and stuff that I have been able to take and relate to in the real world, in my life, that I've been able to take out of here and contemplate inside of there. So, inside of the real world, inside of there, like it's another room. It's like this room is the fictional YouTube room. As soon as I go upstairs, it's a completely different place. It's the real world. All right, so give me a second here, and we will get started on this. I'm sitting here watching the recording, and the sound is just going off the charts. I'm still wondering if that's either some kind of electrical interference or what. If there is some kind of electrical interference, it's got to be these headphones. These headphones are about 4 years old. No, older than that. No. Oh, they're about 5 years old. Yeah, give or take, they're about 5 years old. They've been through it. They've been through the ringer. It's probably time to get some new headphones. A new mic. I've had this one for a while, and even when we got this, we got it on clearance at Toys R Us, so they were pretty cheap when we got them to begin with. But it's probably definitely time for me to get something new. I wouldn't. I don't know if I should get like an actual microphone or not. I've thought about it. I really have, but having the headphones allows me to be able to listen to it without, having to disturb anybody. All right. So, anyways, Psalm 119. We are on PEY, or FEY. Again, PEY is if it has a dot in the letter. FEY is if it doesn't have a dot in the letter. We cannot tell here because it is just good old King James. We don't know any better. If it's PEY, then it probably had the dot. Who knows? All right. Thy testimonies are wonderful. Therefore doth my soul keep them. The entrance of thy words giveth light. It giveth understanding unto the simple. I opened my mouth and panted, for I longed for thy commandments. Look thou upon me, and be merciful unto me, as thou used to do unto those that love thy name. Order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me. Deliver me from the oppression of man, so I will keep thy precepts. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant, and teach me thy statutes. Rivers of waters run down my eyes, because they keep not thy law. Amen. So I already started hearing it. We've been going through these, and because I've started looking up the letter before we read them, because it was after we were reading them, we weren't really getting it. But when you read what the letter means before, and you can see it as it's being read, and you can understand that the meaning of the letter is inside of the passage. It's inside of the 8 verses. So there's mysteries hidden in this. And I'm sure, the normies that don't believe can always say that, it was written like that deliberately. And that's fine. It was written like that deliberately so that it could give us a message. And there's a message hidden all the way through this. Several messages, as a matter of fact. We've talked about, every single one of these have talked about the way men treat those that just want to live alone and live by God's rule and live by themselves, that others will do everything in their power to take that away, just simply because we choose to live differently. And the proud, the vain, those people, that they will go out of their way, absolutely go out of their way, just because someone is living differently. And there's a reason for that. This is a spiritual battle. This is not a physical battle. This is a spiritual war that is constantly being waged upon the people that believe. The people that don't believe, the people that don't care, they don't see it because they don't have to worry about it. They're just living their lives. They're doing whatever they want to do. But they are being used to destroy us. We see this time and time and time and time again. It's all the way through the Bible. So it's something that's constantly there. That again, the normies, they won't be able to see it. They will be able to say, oh, well, the Bible's written a specific way to do specific things and yada, yada, yada. It's like, well, you can think that. That's fine. But hidden inside of that is the reason why you are fighting against me. I actually was reminded a couple days ago, maybe yesterday, a couple days ago, I don't remember when it was. I didn't pay much attention to it. The first time I really expressed my love for God, expressed what He has given to me. Remember I said about 5 years ago, it took me a while, a little bit after my birthday, which was, about 16 days ago? It was about a week after my birthday that I really just opened up, and I was like, Jesus, come into my heart, change me, make me something better. But it was right around this time that I posted on Facebook that, I have given myself over, that I want to be something better, that He has changed me in ways that I could not understand. I mean, it was that quick, within 10 days that I was like, this is what I want to do. And my friends, my former friends, one of my former friends, I think there was another one too that has blocked me. Because I remember there were a couple different ones that when I expressed that I was a different person, they kind of railed against me. There were several that I lost. I know there were a couple that blocked me straight out. And it was like I had insulted their families. You know, it was one of those things where it was like all I did was just say that I love Christ, that I am willing to give myself over to Him. And some of them had some choice words, told me I was insane, told me I was an idiot, and there were other ones that just faded away. So I've lost so many friends because of this. Um, but I say, there was a reason. There's a reason why that I am sitting here talking to you guys like this. There's a reason why God chose to pull me out of it. I really don't know why yet. I'll find that out as I go. Possibly to do this, to try to talk to people. But there was a reason why He pulled me away from those people. I've gone back and I've looked several of them up, and I see it now. I see just how bad it was. I feel sorry for these people. I really do, because they were friends. A lot of them I considered very good friends, and a couple of them have just completely given themselves literally over to Satan. They are just straight up Satan worshipers now. They're literally Satanists, and it's just what happened. you know, even the best of them that I thought were literal enough to understand have just given themselves over. And yeah, even the atheists, even the ones that I thought would never worry about worshiping anything, they've just, nope, straight up Satanism. What the heck? What? So this is a war. This is a spiritual war. This is, again, the normies out there that don't care, the atheists, the ones that want to tell you that you're wrong, that you're insane, that you're stupid for doing all this stuff, and then they will never understand. They will never contemplate the idea that we're in a spiritual battle. They are being controlled by evil people, by evil forces. And we're just trying to help them out. That's all we're doing. So we're just trying to wake them up to what's going on. And they may never listen. They may never hear it. They may never hear it, and it hurts. It does hurt. But that's their will. That's what's going to happen to them. So let's start back up from the top with this. Again, you can already start hearing it almost as soon as you start reading this, how it pertains to the giving of wisdom, the giving of understanding, the giving of insight. Remember, Ayin, the one before, it was the visual. It was about the eye. It was about seeing. This is the mouth. This is about speaking about what you see. All right, starting at the top. Thy testimonies are wonderful. Therefore doth my soul keep them. All of His testimonies, all of His commandments, none of them were ever to hurt. They were always there to help. The entrance of thy words giveth light. The entrance of thy words. Everything you speak into me giveth light. If the light is good, then the body is good. That which you give out is good. If it was what was the line about if your eye is good, then what you put out is good. If your eye is darkened, then what you put out is evil. The entrance of thy words giveth light. It giveth understanding unto the simple. Those that don't know, those that don't have any idea of what's really going on in the world, the NPCs, those that just don't know. We're not just talking about stupid people. We're just talking about the simple, the ones that they're just going through life. It giveth understanding unto the simple. I did not know anything until He opened my eyes to it. And then once I saw it, it was like coming into a brand new world. it was like everything opened up. All the lights got brighter. I've heard the description of that. Is There was somebody that was talking about how he was saved, and it was like everything in his world got brighter. It's like color started popping. It's like things he had never seen before started showing up. Some people have even said that the color of their eyes has brightened. I have not personally ever seen that, but I'm not. I don't. I look at my eyes a lot because I've been having problems with my eyes, but um, I have yet to see my eyes change color. But other people have said it, so But it is an opening of the eyes. It's the people that don't know when they see it, when they really truly see it and experience it. It's a brand new world. The entrance of thy words giveth light. It giveth understanding unto the simple. Next line. I opened my mouth and panted, for I longed for thy commandments. I opened my mouth and panted. I wanted what you could give me, the water of life, the water of your word, the food, the bread of. How did we describe it one time? You drink from the. How did I describe that the one time? It's on a video. I recorded it. I know I did. It was the. It was the drinking of the blood, because that was the water. The Not only the baptismal water, but the water that washes over you. I've talked about the cup, that is full of dirtiness, that you slowly fill this cup up with dirtiness, and God fills it back up with water, and it pushes the dirt out over the edge. Um, and then there's the bread. Eat of my flesh, for it is. Um, oh God, here we go. eat of my eat this bread, for it is my flesh. It is. He was the Word made flesh. The bread. You take of the bread as if it were the Word itself. You are consuming it. It's the same way as it's the way that they talk about when you're a baby, you get milk. You do not feed meat to a baby. You have to give them milk slowly to work them up to a point so that you could give them meat, so you can give them the substance, so you can give them the understanding, the pure understanding. I just had this talk. Yesterday, as a matter of fact, with my mom about how I think I was hitting her over the head a little too hard with the ways that we do things now. Not celebrating Easter, and celebrating Passover, and she was asking me, she asked me again what it meant, why we do it, how it works. And I was like, you know what, man, I've gone through this like 2 or 3 times with you. I don't foresee you becoming any wiser to this, because it's just every single time we talk about it, it just seems like you shoot me down. And she said, no, I understand more now, because I've started reading into it. I understand it. I just wanted a little more, and it kind of clicked into my head that that's what it was. Is I was trying to blunt force a belief into her, and I had to let her slowly come to it. So I was able to explain it a little bit better, and she actually understood it a little bit this time around, and it made me stop and think. That's what it was. I was probably hitting a little too hard with it. And I know I've done that before. I know, sadly, I've done that before, because I kind of went on the assumption that people that I knew, not just family, but friends as well, people that I knew would understand, because I was brought into it all at once, and it was able to sink into me pretty quick all at once. But other people, they can't understand that. They're not ready for it. They're not at that place where they're ready for it. So you have to slowly give it to them, not just force it all onto them at once. You have to slowly give it to them so that they can get used to it, so they can understand it. And the more they understand it, the more likely they will be to come to it. So when you're trying to talk to people about these things, don't just try to hit them upside the head with it. Come to them slowly. Let them find their way. Remember, God is patient. I know it seems like we don't have time to be able to, take to try to get. We don't have the time to be able to waste because things are quickly devolving. But some people just need to come at their own speed. They need to come at their own pace. So we have to understand that. You can't. This is about sowing seeds. That's another one. It's another one that my wife's father told me is you're sowing seeds. You're not planting trees. You're sowing seeds. That's what you're doing. So you have to give it to them a little at a time. But this is, I opened my mouth and panted, for I longed for thy commandments. Give me that water of understanding. Give me that bread, that word. Give me what you can give me, because I am ready. I am longing for thy commandments. I want your word. I want your commandments, because this world has nothing for me. And it actually, there's another place in this very psalm that explains why. Look thou upon me and be merciful unto me, as thou used to do unto those that love thy name. Be merciful unto me as the others that have followed you and loved you. You can see it when somebody is living better just because they're following God's word. You want to be a part of that. The grass is always greener. Whether it is because he has chosen to give them not so much money and wealth and fame. That is definitely not something that God gives you, but peace and comfort. So many people I've met over the years that they are just at peace with the world, and I never understood that. And it's because they have found their peace in God. And I never understood that for the longest time until I've gone on this journey, is that they found something that I never had forever. And I was never searching that out. I was always searching out the wealth and the fame and the fortune and all the other crap. I was never searching out a way to just exist. Just know that everything is going to be okay. God is going to give us what he needs to give us, what we need to exist. I never even contemplated that. I just always thought it was about going out, having fun, doing all the stuff. It's not. But I've seen those people. I've seen those people that they've made their lives so much better, so much happier because of it. I feel better and happier because of it. That's what that is. Look thou upon me and be merciful unto me, as thou used to do to those that love thy name. Give me that mercy. Order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me. Do not let the evil seep into my life. Deliver me from the oppression of man. There it is again. So will I keep thy precepts. Deliver me from the oppression of man. Those that would hurt me and make me, destroy me, lay traps for me, ensnare me. How many times we've gone over this? So many times. They do it just because they can. They do it because I worship you. They do it because I have something that they don't. They do it because they're evil. They do it just because. Because they do not want to see people living in ways that they don't. They would rather destroy you, hurt you, and maim you than have you live better than what they're living. That sounds insane. It sounds absolutely crazy insane, but damn it, it's true, man. You know, how many times have you been put out from people, from your friends, just simply because you're not part of the group? You're not part of the clique. You're not part of the, you're not part of their tribe. You don't want to be a part of what they have, so they put you out. And that's just superficial. Some of these people, you go out and you tell them, I believe in God. I believe in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And, I believe that, there was a creator in this world. I believe that, he made everything that there is, that nothing came about by itself, that all this stuff. I believe the earth is flat because God made it flat. Oh, they'll come. Oh, they will blast you up one side and down the other. They will call you stupid and idiot and absurd. And what's even worse is that you will hear the Christians say it too. I have the people that constantly say to turn the other cheek, to live better, to not judge other people, will go absolutely crazy if you even remotely suggest that the God of this world made this world the way exactly that it says in the Bible. They will scream and holler, and I have found so many false teachers that I used to listen to on YouTube that have turned, not just because of the flat earth thing, not just because of that, but just the whole, as soon as the COVID hit, and the vaccines debates started up and all the other stuff, how many people just will not have the conversation? They say, "Oh no, you're wrong. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to submit yourself to the will of the government." And anybody that doesn't is a blasphemer or blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, wow, man, just wow. That is so crazy. We've seen the turn. We have seen this turn, this evil just come out into the world and just take over good people. And just so many that I used to listen to and used to follow, they just, but we've seen it over and over again. That evil in men, the oppression. Deliver me from the oppression of men, the oppression of men, the oppression of the vain, the proud, the evil ones, those that would rule over me over and over and over and over and over and over ad infinitum. It is in there constantly. Deliver me from the oppression of men, so will I keep thy precepts. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant, and teach me thy statutes. Rivers of water run down my eyes, because they keep not thy law. The rivers of waters run down my eyes. I've so many times over the past 5 years have I woken up, come down, started saying my prayers, and it just tears streaming. Just absolute crying because of the things that I see in this world now. The evils that I have done, the sins that I have committed. Seeing the future of what is to come and wanting people to just hear it, to just hear, to listen to what we have to say about it, to just even understand. Just stop and look for a second. Look what's happening here. Look what's happening here. Why can't you see it? Just take a second to understand what's going on. So many times I've just had to hold my head in my hand and just cry because this world is just so evil now, and all I can do at this point is just pray to the Father that He will open these people's eyes, that He will help them at least understand. He may not be able to change them, but at least show them the error of their ways. Show them what is going on, so at least they know what they're getting into. Just craziness, just absolute craziness. But the waters, the rivers of waters coming from my eyes, there is a reference to Jeremiah 9:1, and oh that my head were waters, and mine eyes were fountain of tears, that I might weep day and night for the slain of the daughter of my people. Oh, that my head were waters and mine eyes were a fountain of tears. Of course, this actually references to Isaiah 22:4. Let's see what this says. Which is talking about the daughter of my people. Therefore said I, look away from me, I will weep bitterly. Labor not to comfort me because of the spoiling of the daughter of my people. Which, there it is, yet again. Because men have come in to destroy what we had. And all I can do is cry because they have just destroyed it. They've destroyed it all. Whatever was here, whatever was good, they have destroyed it. They have hurt the people. They have claimed this world for themselves. They have manipulated and lied and cheated, done everything in their power to take away everything that's good, and they have left us with nothing. We are slaves to this system because they have taken over. And they have taken over because God willed it, because we stepped away from His commandments. time and time again inside the Bible. If you step away from the commandments, if you choose not to live according to his word, he will send those bad people, those evil people. He will send them to take things away from you. And that is exactly what's happening. If you come back to him, he says, he promises, if you come back to him, then he will give it back to you. He will give you the strength. He will give you the ability to fight. He will give you the ability to stand up to evil in all its forms so that you can fight back against it. That's what the Bible says. And that's just one of the things that I know that I've said several times is that if we can just get people to come back to God, get them to pray, at least pray to him and ask him to help us fight. He will help us fight. We just have to pray and ask that he helps us. So that's all there is. The sword of the spirits is an offensive weapon. I don't know how many times I've said that either. But it's just been over and over. It's pretty repetitious because repetition is a way that people learn. People understand. And the Bible definitely has its repetition. Not in a bad way, just, in a way that you should learn, in a way that you should pay attention to. All right. Other than that, I am getting my computer warmed up here and logged in, so ready to go back to work. Yeah, it's a Monday. Oh boy. I didn't realize it was the end of the month. I really didn't. I didn't even think about it. But yeah, no, it's the end of the month. Crap. I figured we had more time in March. Oh well. So, I don't have much else to say, to be honest. I really don't. Not much else. Just kind of existing. We're just kind of making our way through and living it. We got a couple different people lined up to come over and look at the house to help us with our water situation because we have water just coming in everywhere. Not really coming in everywhere, but we still have this problem with the basement. We have found several different things that we're going to do. I think we could definitely do it. The biggest problem is going to be money, but it is what it is. We found out, sadly, that everybody kept trying to talk us up about the $15,000 new homeowners tax credit, which everybody kept saying, oh, you bought a new house, you can apply for the tax credit, $15,000 automatically, and it'll help you pay off some things in the house. And we started thinking, oh, that's gonna be great. We need a new furnace. We need to address the electric situation. We need to now worry about this, about the water coming in the basement. We need to get some kind of sealer to put up against the wall, to be able to keep the water from coming in. We need to do this. We need to do that. Yada, 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 all this other kind of stuff. And so it's like, yeah, man, that'll be great. $15,000. That will help so much. But I just found out yesterday, pardon my French, but it was a kick in the nuts that's not a real thing. It's a bill. It's a bill that they have put into Congress, but it never passed. They had one of these back in 2008, I think that's what it said, and it extended through 2010. It was there to help prop up the home what do you want to call it? The home buyers. Um, it was there to keep money in the system, pretty much, is what it was, to get people to buy houses. And we kept hearing about it, and everybody kept saying, "Oh, it's a real thing. You should go make sure you buy a house this year because it's there." Um, but but uh, but it's not there. It's not real. It's not. It's not legitimate yet. It's like I said. It's still on the books, but they have not passed that bill. They will pass. They will pass every other bill in the world to give hundreds of millions of dollars to other countries to study, to do gender studies, but they won't give the people of this country. They'll supposedly give illegal immigrants $300,000 per family or something. I don't remember exactly what it was. If they were kicked to the curb, but we get nothing. What was the other one I just saw the other day? That was it Portland? I don't remember. It was something that happened last year, and I don't know if they ever went through with it or not. But it was $300 or $500 a month for people of color. Specifically, people of color. Yeah, 300, 500. It might have been 2 years ago. I don't remember. I'm going to think it was a year ago, though. But it was like, screw you, white people. This is, this is only for people of color, no one else. It's like, okay, all right. We're going to take all this money and put it down into the system. But you don't get to give it out to anybody that actually could use it. So whatever. All right. It's cool. That's all right, though. That's God will help us. I have prayed. I've asked other people to pray that we will get this because God brought us here for a reason. And we need help while we're here. So it's all I ever ask anybody. Just keep us in your thoughts and your prayers. Not just that way, but in health as well. My family has had many health problems over the past couple of years, and we could use that as well. All right, I'm going to get off of here and start getting back into working again. I'm just reading my emails. I'm like, okay, whatever. You guys take care of yourselves. God bless. It's funny. I wake up and I hear about the Oscars nonsense. I don't watch that garbage. I haven't watched that garbage in a long time, and I hear about Will Smith slapping the crap out of, who was it? Chris Rock? Is that who it was? I couldn't really tell. The angle was real far away angle. Like, I guess it was him. I don't know. I didn't hear it. I just watched it, and but they I guess he slapped the crap out of him. Said something like, "Keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth." Keep Will Smith's name out of your effing mouth. Stop talking about it. It's useless garbage. That's all it is. All right, you guys take care of yourselves. Yeah, I don't have anything else. I could probably go on, but I'm not going to. I'm trying to get all my folders pulled up so that I can go to work. So I'm going to work. So you guys take care of yourselves. Bye.